Hi, guys. This is Emily from Four Oaks Family Connections. As you know, we're putting together a list of resource videos so that our new and maybe not so new foster families just know what sort of resources there are, what they have access to. We want you all to feel supported. And so today we have Jamie Robinson, and she's going to talk to us about Total Child. Can you tell us a little bit about your program?
Yes, thank you, Emily. Yes, I'm Jamie Robinson, Director of Total Child. Total Child is a service delivery model based out of Lynn County and Sierra Gordo County. And we really do a lot of care coordination for families. The really cool thing about it is we can do it with families that are on Title 19 insurance or even private insurance. And the way we do that is we have a contract for systems of care. So people can get a hold of us and ask us any kind of question, and we're going to hopefully find that solution to any kind of problem, or just to be a support person. Care coordination is really very holistic in Total Child. We want to make sure that we wrap services around the entire family, and that child is the middle, right? So if you have a need within education, we're going to advocate for you at school. If you have a need in the community, we're going to advocate for you and kind of work through the different resources within your community. The success managers, they're the ones that will connect you with. They do a really great job of identifying all the different services and resources and people in community that can be really helpful. I know we have long lists of different resources in our state, and Lynn County is one of the most resource rich communities. So sometimes it's almost overwhelming to go through those lists. So a success manager can help you with all of that. And the really great thing is it's all voluntary. So you can connect. And if it's something that you're like, this is going to be amazing, I really want it, then we want to absolutely help you. If you decide, I think I have enough supports in place, but I really appreciate that resource list, we're still there for you. And you can come back in if you decide 6 months later that you really do need the help. We're here and we want to help you through it all. Another really cool thing about the program is it's long term. So we want to work with you and get you to a point where you feel connected and stable and successful and achieving the goals that you set for your children and your family. And then we want to just maintain, and we want to make sure that we're always here for you, because we all know that life has hills and valleys, and things go really well, and then you hit the teenage years, or you hit the point of getting a job. Kids get jobs at like 16 and things just don't go as smooth. So we call that our continued support phase. And that is the phase where a Total Child Success Manager will connect with you every quarter. Just say, hey, how you doing? And if things are great, then you say, hey, we're good. Um, Moving right on. And if things aren't so good, then you say, I think I need some help with fill in the blank. And then we're right there for you, making sure that we get you reconnected. So it's just that long-term care coordination and advocacy that we're able to provide to people in the community.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, as a new foster parent, you might come in and feel like, okay, I am identifying the needs that this child might have, but I don't know where to get those needs met. You would be a great resource for that. And it sounds like too, you want to make sure that all those needs are met, but not with additional things. So we don't need more than one people meeting the same. So it seems like you just have a good overview and kind of look at the whole child and the whole picture, and make a plan that's right for each kiddo.
Absolutely. And kind of going back to that plan, we just want to really make sure that we're hearing what everybody says. Sometimes we come into things and you think, oh, I know what's going to be best for you. And you know what? The family and the kids, they know what's best for them. So we really want to listen and then create those goals around that.
Yeah, and would you be able to work both with foster families and birth parents together to create? I'm sure you have a lot of people involved in those teams. What does that look like a little bit?
Absolutely. So we would just need to make sure that the birth parent would sign releases to make sure that we can work with all of the team members. And then we would absolutely like hold a family team meeting or a strategy meeting to get everybody around the table and really identify the different players and who's doing what. Sometimes teams get so big because we just have so many resources and providers, right? And families don't know like who's doing what or who's my go-to. So a total child success manager really allows the family to have that one point of contact and say, I got you. We're gonna figure this out together. And this person is gonna help you with this task, but I'm here for this task. So it's been a really great process.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you want to talk a little bit about some of the stories that you've seen and how it's just benefited the children that you've worked with?
Absolutely. One of my favorite success stories is with a single mom. She had three kids in elementary school, and she connected with us. And she was homeless. She wasn't working, and the kids were just starting to show some signs of some diagnoses. And so she wasn't sure what to do or how to navigate the system. And we were able to get her into some Ani housing, which is through Four Oaks, part of the enterprise as well, which was pretty incredible. And she got settled in. And then the kids, I went to schools with her and we had the meetings and the IEPs were set up. And she was so grateful. She would email me all these memes about how wonderful I was. And like, oh, it was really warming of my heart. And that was probably 3 years ago. But really, she got connected with the different people in the community. She had a natural support system set up as well. And she emailed me last week and actually said, I'm buying a house.
Wow,
So, because we were able to take it step by step and allow her to have her growth periods and her setbacks, she reached stability and she reached success, and she wants to share that with our team and everybody who helped her grow. Another thing that she was able to do is she was able to go back to school, and she's getting her certification for CNA, and just her pride came out in all of that. But, I think what Total Child allowed her to do is to take her time, set her goals, really think about what she wanted, and have the support all in one, and have that team wrapped around her. So it was really great. It's
yeah.
fun to share that kind of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. That's really encouraging. I mean, I talk about how foster families come alongside a family at some of their hardest times, and it seems like you guys are doing the same thing and supporting as well to help families reach those goals and in our case work towards reunification and things like that. So that's awesome to hear. So let's say I'm a foster parent. Maybe I've been a foster. Well, I am a foster parent, but let's say I'm a new foster parent, or even I've been a foster parent for a while, and I'm hearing you talk about this, and I'm like, man, how do I get those services? Can you just talk a little bit about what that looks like, both for your organization, but also what if I don't live in Lynn County?
Yes, absolutely. So you can absolutely just email me or call me, and I can help direct you to who would be your point of contact. And my email is jrobinson@fouroaks.org, or you can call me at 319-784-2267, or you can always get a hold of Access and Intake. And that number is 319-364-0259. And they'll direct you to where we are and how we can be helpful.
Yeah, and would those numbers be helpful in other counties as well? Like if I lived somewhere else in Iowa, could I reach out to that?
Yes, I would say that use the access and intake number because they would be able to direct you. Because Total Child's a great service, but Four Oaks also offers so many other avenues to get help. I would say IHH is a really great avenue, and we are in a lot of counties within Iowa for IHH. Um, let's see, we have a resource list that IHH puts together and shares widely, so we could also share that, and that encompasses many different counties as well. And then there are different agencies that have a systems of care contract. So we do work with them and meet with them, and I have a contact that I could reach out to find out what counties they're in. So that would be a way to get connected as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. We will go ahead and include that information on the YouTube channel, so they'll be able to access that in the description of this video as well. Is there anything, I mean, you've done a wonderful job of explaining your services. Is there anything else, any messages you would like to just share with foster families before we end today?
I would just say if you're curious or you don't know, just ask. We're more than willing to share any information we have. Total Child is about being holistic and collaboration, so that's really important to me.
Yeah, that's awesome. So thank you, Jamie, for sharing that information with us and helping our foster families just feel more supported and being able to take part in the success of families and kids. So thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you, Emily.